5 proven strategies to improve self-esteem. Thanks so much for joining my channel. If you're new, it's great to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Alison, and we're going to get straight into it. Number 1, identify the root cause of your unhealthy self-image. This can be difficult to do, or you might already know, or you might have a few ideas what this may be. Don't worry if you don't know what the root cause is. Continue on with the strategies, but just keep it in the back of your mind. It isn't the be all and end all, but it can certainly help you understand why you feel the way you do. The origins for me of where my unhealthy self-esteem and self-image began really is in 2 parts. The first part was from a really young age. I was made to feel unwanted by adults in my life, and they were family members. So from a very young age, I became a people pleaser. This was really to try and fit in so that I would be wanted. The second part was having comments made to me about my body when I was a young child, and these again were by family members. Comments were made back then about the size of my bum and about my bum being big. And I have vivid memories, especially writing this down and going through these strategies. You know, it's weird how many memories come back, but I have vivid memories, and I will insert the photo of a particular photo being taken. And I really think I would have been around sort of 11, maybe 12. So only still young. In Australia, that's primary school, so you haven't even gone to high school yet. And I remember clearly being really uncomfortable with that photo. And I'm in swimmers, which it's not about being in swimmers, and it's not about who was there for the photo. It was about the uncomfortability in my own body. And now that I reflect on that at my age, thinking back, it's absolutely fucking disgusting. That's what it is. It is disgusting that at, say, 11 years old, I was thinking about my body and felt ashamed, didn't want to have that photo taken of me. I felt, you can see I'm holding my arms in front of my body, and that is why I want to cry for that 11-year-old. I want to cry for that child, and I want to rip people apart that did that to her, because I had to battle for years, and it's only really been in the last 4 or 5 years that I'm finally comfortable in myself. For those who follow my channel will know that I'm on a weight loss journey, but that has absolutely nothing to do with my self-esteem and my self-image anymore. I have worked really, really hard through these strategies, to be okay with myself regardless of what size I am or how I look. And it makes me so goddamn angry that there's people out there that think that they have a right to speak like that to children, in front of children. I wish I had a time machine. That's one time when I wish I had a time machine. But anyway, I will stop going on. So you can understand, I guess, hopefully you can understand from my explanation of why it is important to think about the origins of that low self-esteem. It can give you really good insights into why you feel the way you do, and it can help you as well with your strategies of understanding how to build yourself back up. And if needed, please reach out to a professional, because some of this stuff is really hard and heavy and emotional. If you are finding this content valuable, could I please ask you to just hit that little like button for me? It means so much to my channel. And if you're looking for more content from me, which I hope you are, could you please hit the subscribe? Because again, it helps so much. Number 2, Remove outside influences that lower your self-esteem. Examples of these can include things like Instagram, reality TV, Facebook, TikTok. It can also include gossip magazines, shows, or podcasts. We each have influences that impact our self-esteem positively or negatively. For you personally, this may include multiple outside influences, or it might only be one big thing that affects you. I started using this strategy quite a number of years ago, but I still need to work on it every day as I notice these negative influences starting to affect me again. I need to work on that because it's not just a once and done and fixed and move on. You know, there are always going to be outside influences that negatively try and affect your self-image, and it's unfortunately it is something that you have to work on constantly. For me, one of the examples that I was being negatively impacted by was reality TV. And I don't really know why it's called reality TV, because it really, as we all know, it really isn't. Well, generally, most of them are not reality TV. But one of the examples of what I would watch would be The Real Housewives. Not only do they have women in these shows that have unattainable lifestyle, looks, weight, but also the women are absolutely horrible to each other. The way that they treat each other is pretty disgusting. But I would tune in as an out, as a way to forget about my own life. Not that it necessarily was all that bad, but just you want to be able to just lay back on your Friday evenings and watch some TV that you don't have to think too hard about. It really was my wicked indulgence, which I absolutely love. But I knew if I really wanted to have a go at increasing my own self-esteem, then the reality shows had to go. Remembering that it isn't necessarily forever. It's just for a period of time while you're working on what is impacting you negatively. And the same goes for social media. I removed Instagram and Facebook apps off my phone, completely deleted them. For some of you, deleting the apps off your phone might not be enough. You may have to deactivate your account or completely delete your account. So why am I recommending that you delete or stop using these outside influences that are negatively affecting your self-image? Well, because especially when we're talking about social media, you are seeing people's highlight reel. You are seeing the perfect day, the perfect holiday, the perfect occasion. That's what you're seeing as you scroll, as you flick. That's what you are getting every moment, basically every moment. But even if you are aware of that fact, that most of us are very well aware that we are looking at the best moments of someone's life when we're flicking through social media. But it's a completely different thing to be able to separate those feelings and emotions of seeing that and thinking, why do they have a perfect life? Why do they have a perfect family? Why does she have the perfect body? Why does she have the perfect husband? Why does that person have the most perfect partner? I could go on and on about what comparisons are made. And let's be honest, there's jealousy there. Why don't I look like that? Why does she have the perfect this, that, this, that? I'm not good enough. My family isn't perfect. Blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. This is not only harmful to our self-image and our self-esteem, but to many other aspects of our lives as well. So how long should you remove these negatively impacting influences? That's the million-dollar question. So I would recommend removing them for as long as you can. While you are working on your self-esteem, it's really important to do everything that you can to help yourself be able to make those improvements. So the longer you can go, the better. I would recommend in the beginning to try for at least a month. But I know how difficult and how hard it can be for some people to remove themselves from certain things, whether that be social media, certain programs on TV. Anything is a step in the right direction to positively build your self-esteem. Number 3, hide your scales, don't use them. You could even throw your scales away. Okay, I know that's a little bit dramatic, but if you don't want to throw your scales away, you could hide them, you could give them to a friend, you could put them in the boot of your car, whatever you need to do. Just get them out of your sight so that they are out of your mind. Building your self-esteem isn't about your weight. I know, controversial. Please don't hate on me. Please don't give me bad comments. Just bear with me. But for some of us, our weight is part of our self-esteem issues. But improving our self-esteem should not hinge on the numbers on the scale, because it does have an emotional effect on our moods, on our emotions. So whilst you are working on your self-esteem, ditch the scales, get rid of them. Don't use them. Scales, be gone. Number 4, follow a feel-good, positive routine each day. There are 2 parts to this strategy. Do something each day that you love to do, that lights you up. And the second part, do simple daily routine tasks each morning or day. You will be surprised how much that can help improve your self-esteem. Examples of the first part of doing things that make you feel positive are: go and get a coffee at the cafe that you love. Go for a walk or go to the gym. Play music that you love. It could be your favorite band, it could be your favorite style of music. Have a bath. Do some cooking or baking. Do a face mask or a facial. Do a puzzle or read a book. Have a dance off in your living room. Not like that. And the second part, the simple daily routine tasks that can make you feel better each day and actually do make a difference. Have a shower, brush your hair, brush your teeth. Okay, I know some of you are thinking, what in the hell is she talking about? I do those things every day. But there are some people that are home a lot or that work from home. And I know these tasks, these simple tasks, get abandoned. So get dressed as if you were going to visit a friend at a cafe. Do your skincare routine or put your makeup on, or it might be both. Afterwards, I want you to look yourself in the eye. And I know this is hard. This could be the hardest moment ever. And you may not get there right away, but give it a try and bear with it. And now tell yourself, I look fabulous. I'm so proud of myself. And then smile at yourself. There are other things you can say as well, especially if that one doesn't quite fit with you. It could be, I got this. I look fabulous. I'm looking good and feeling great. I am a good person and I deserve a great day. And then smile and continue on with your day. Number 5, stop talking about other people. This can be really difficult, and to be honest, once you make the decision to stop talking about others, it will scare you how often you catch yourself and others actually talking and gossiping about other people. You need to shut that gossiping shit down. It's not helpful to put other people down. It just makes us feel awful and builds on our own insecurities. For example, you say to a friend, oh, did you see what Jane was wearing? She should not have been wearing that. These are destructive thoughts and statements that basically you're bringing that person down to make yourself feel a little bit better. Now, what about if we added in there that it was that your friend then joins in? They add, yeah, I saw Jane. That was disgusting. She definitely shouldn't be wearing that. So what's to stop your low self-esteem thinking about that later? If she engages in gossiping with me about Jane, what's to stop her gossiping and talking about me and what I look like and what I wear? So how do you stop this gossip cycle? If it's a friend that you feel comfortable with and you know that friend is supportive, then the best way to go about it is actually to explain to the friend that you are on a building positive self-esteem and better self-esteem journey, and that right now it's really important for you to not talk negatively about other people. But how do you go about this if it isn't a friend that you trust and someone that you can confide in about what you're working on for yourself? If it was a work colleague, potentially they make the comment and you could just completely ignore what they've said, make an excuse. Oh my gosh, I've got to get back to work. I didn't realize how long I'd been standing here, getting a drink. I've got to go. You could put a positive spin on it. So if that person had said the same thing, oh gosh, did you see what Jane was wearing? She shouldn't have been wearing that. You could comment back and say, I did see what Jane was wearing and I actually thought that she looked really nice, but we all have different styles and different things that we like. That is so good for your own journey in your building of positive self-esteem, because you have turned something that someone has said and is putting onto that person, and you've turned it positive. Well done to you if you can do that. And it certainly takes practice, and there'll be times that you will hear people say things and you will miss those opportunities and you'll think about it later, and it is very annoying when that happens and you think about it, that night, and you miss that opportunity. But that's just normal. The more you think about it, the more you practice and you think about what your response could have been to turn that into a positive, you will get there in the end. And remember, this one can be quite hard. I was quite surprised at how much I was pulling my friends and my family up on not talking about other people. And sometimes the conversation had already continued on before I had realized and thought, oh gosh, we're talking about other people, or they've started talking about other people, and I haven't done anything to, get out of this situation. But the more that I kept practicing and thinking about it, the more I could get on top of it before the conversation had brought me into it, or to really let that person know that I didn't want to engage in those types of negative ways of speaking about other people. Now, please remember, we are human. It is so normal for us to want to talk about other people. It happens every day, all around the world. You are not, I'm not even going to say please don't, I'm telling you, do not use this as another reason to beat yourself up. Oh gosh, I talk bad about people, it's another, no. Every little step you make is a positive towards building your own positive self-esteem, building a better self-image for yourself. So instead, I want you to pat yourself on the back. I want you to congratulate yourself. You are working towards making a better you. You are working on building positive self-esteem. Congratulations to you. I have more strategies that I would love to share on this topic. So please let me know in the comments if a video on building better self-esteem is something that you would like to hear more about. You are good enough and you have got this. I believe in you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.